My favorite part about working with robotics and automation is the level of precision and refinement that you get to do in all the processes. With robotic arms, you can make things down to 0.001 millimeters precise for anything that you want to do for as many times as you want to do it.
When a robot comes in, we have to assess, what the ability of the robot is. A human has a lot more, let's just say, dexterity and ability to maybe grab onto a component or do an actual process. And so when you look at robotics, that's maybe the first challenge is, does the application that we're looking at, will that actually work? Can a robot do that? Can we set ourselves up for success that way?
Some of the items we have here, we use a cobot, and we are getting more and more into that. I think we're up to 3 of those now. We use those not necessarily to replace a person, but to work side by side with a person.
So the cobot arm is a arm that we use for welding some of the parts that we do more quantities of, because it's really nice to have for like repetitive stuff and parts like that. So it's got this little neat button on it right underneath the welding gun. You just pull that button and you can put it wherever you want. And so if you have to weld from this point to this point, you just put it where you want it, save that point, and then bring it over to the next point where you want your weld to stop, save that point, and hit weld, and it'll go in a straight line from your point to that point. Programming wise, it's super easy. Yeah, so there's no coding involved. It's saving a point and a point, and it shows up to work every day.
The tube laser, it can cut up to 6-inch diameter all the way down to 1/2 inch. And then it can do round tube, square tube, angle iron, channel iron, pretty much anything you can put in it, it'll cut it. And then you just load a whole bundle of material in and it automatically loads it and cuts it and comes out on a conveyor belt.
Currently right now I'm operating the brake press, and that includes everything from programming parts to actually forming them, making the corrections, running the robots that are incorporated with them, keeping them going, and move it around, have it pick parts up, put them in the brake press, and stack them, throw them in a bin, however you want them done. I do enjoy it a lot. It keeps you thinking, because robots will fail and you'll have to figure out and know how to restart them or retouch up a point on them and keep them running.
If you're interested in robotics, learning any single type of programming language is an excellent place to start. Once you know one programming language, it is an easy step to start learning a different one. So even if you eventually work for a company that uses a specialized program language for their robots or their CNC machines, understanding how to read code is universal.
Really, I'm finding, at least as far as the automation side of things, really seeing a lot of those gamers kind of being those ones that kind of take onto that job rather quickly, because it is something it's still tactile in that they're using their fingers on, whether it's on a kiosk to program a robot or it's on a panel to program a laser or anything else like that.
Instead of trying to replace jobs, we're trying to gear it more towards job satisfaction. Because if someone has to stand and do the same thing over and over and over all day, that takes a lot out of people. And we're also, because the demand is so high and we're trying to keep up with that, they're also required to do a lot. But by adding automation in some of the areas that we're able to make their job satisfaction a little better, but also keep up with demand the way we need to. So that's been a really important role.
So robotics is a huge field. It's growing all the time. There is never going to be a shortage of jobs available for people that want to go into it. You're not only creating real-world changes that will improve product design for your company, but you're actually also helping other people, giving them the opportunity to move on from doing, grunt work basically to doing better work themselves. And it improves across the board everywhere you go. You can see the results.
So what do you think? Is robotics and automation a career that you might be interested in? If so, here are some next steps to consider. You can learn more about a career in robotics and automation at the Northwest Iowa Manufacturing website. They can help you schedule a job shadow at a local business so you can observe and ask questions of a robotics engineer. If you're ready to take your career to the next level, find a school that offers a program that fits your goals and interests. Be sure to speak directly to the program instructors. If you're struggling with how to get started, talk with a career coach at the Northwest Iowa Manufacturing website. They'd be happy to answer your questions and help you find the right career path. Good luck, and remember, we're here to help. This video was produced by the Northwest Iowa Manufacturers and supported by their manufacturing partners. Special thanks to the following businesses and their employees for participating in this video: Den Hartog in Huspers, Maintainer in Sheldon, Rosenboom in Sheldon, and RJ Thomas in Cherokee.